distance right now. Yes, a few things that he's been doing in the public eye that I don't condone, and I just feel like loving him from afar right now is best for me and my peace. My life with Ray and my connection with him is all throughout the book, and you can see my love for him is just, it never wavers.
Only if your whole entire body smell fresh right now. Hit that like button and subscribe to the channel, because now that Brandy is speaking on her brother Ray J, with all this controversy surrounding her and Wanya Morris, fans are starting to see that she's not the only one in her family that got secrets. Rumors are circulating online linking Eddie Murphy with Ray J. Not only do they look alike, but it's being reported that they both live in the same lifestyle.
Because I don't give a f, because I got gay friends. I got a lot of gay friends. I got a lot of trans friends.
Yeah. But are you, though?
No.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, when you say no, when I say no, I'm not gay. And when I say I have trans friends, but no, I'm not trans. I want to make it clear that there's nothing wrong with being that.
It is nothing wrong with that.
Because I don't give a f, I got gay friends. I got a lot of gay friends. I got a lot of trans friends.
Brandy should have never opened her mouth and said a thing about Ray J, because now everybody want to know what he got going on. I wouldn't put nothing past Ray J or Eddie Murphy, especially after hearing this story.
All right, so I got a funny story though. Show y'all about the Hollywood dudes though. Eddie Murphy married Tracy Edmonds. They were married for 2 weeks. I like Tracy because she was a gangster, because she ran Edmonds Records, and there's always been rumors out here about Johnny Gill and Eddie, right? Johnny was always showing up. I think he even lived in the back house on Eddie's property. Eddie and Tracy got married, but she said, don't have that nigga, don't have your boyfriend show up during our honeymoon. That nigga, Johnny Gill, came out there on the honeymoon. She filed for divorce on Eddie Murphy in 2 weeks.
I don't want to believe none of these stories I'm hearing about Johnny Gill or Eddie Murphy. That's my favorite comedian. Johnny Gill, one of my favorite R&B singers. When he get in that booth and get to sweating, screaming, and hollering, can't nobody match him. But like they say, wherever there's smoke, there's fire. Eddie Murphy did get caught out there living like Ray J.
I love my wife, and I'm not gay, and I'm not, and that's what's weird about this, to have your sexuality question and your moral fiber question and all that, when all I was doing was trying to be nice to somebody.
Eddie Murphy tells E.T. that his wife and children were out of town, says he wanted something to read and went to a late-night newsstand. He stopped here and picked up the suspected transsexual at 4:45 in the morning. He says he thought he was aiding a distraught woman.
Looks like a pretty Hawaiian girl in the corner crying. It looks like she was crying. She goes, oh, Eddie Murphy. And she noticed him at the light. She recognized Eddie Murphy. Oh, my God. So I go, what are you doing? Why are you out here working the streets so late? She goes, oh, I'm on my way home. Can you give me a ride home?
Police tailed them for 2 miles before pulling him over. Police say he is guilty of no misconduct, but there was a warrant out for the alleged prostitute. A judge has ordered that man, 20-year-old Addison Ciuli, to serve 90 days in jail. Murphy says he has often stopped to try to help prostitutes, but here is what he said in an impromptu news conference on the set of his new movie.
Being a good Samaritan blew up in my face, basically, what happened. And I'm never giving anyone a lift again.
I'm going to have to take Eddie's side on this one, because he is a very generous man. He was just trying to help that poor man on the street in the middle of the night on the red light district. Eddie Murphy got millions of dollars. He ain't got no reason to lie. Scandalous is scandalous no matter what way you cut it. And what Brandy had going on when she was a kid is affecting a lot of people in Hollywood today.
A lot of their egos to get in the way, and were kind of going through it about a guy.
And that conflict caught the attention of Adina's and Brandy's label exec, Sylvia Rohn.
There probably was an exchange of words for Adina not to focus on Wanya.
Wendy Williams caught wind of it, called Adina, and Adina opened up like she normally would, except for she had some choice words in there for Sylvia and for Brandy. Well, that pissed Sylvia off. She was on fire.
As a result, the release date for Adina's album was delayed indefinitely.
I said something very inappropriate about the head of the label, and she pulled up the emergency brake, shut everything down.
Brandy was allegedly a bigger freak than Adina Howard, and got Ray J feeling uncomfortable about his sexuality. It's sort of like his family is trying to outcast him because he like to do his thing like Eddie Murphy. Ray J shouldn't feel that way. They should invite him to barbecues. He should be a member of their family like he is, because Brandy ain't no better and ain't no telling what their parents had going on. Listening to Ray J speak about his family bring tears to my eyes because they gotta know they wrong.
What's your relationship with Brandy? Like, are you guys like super close? It's not good.
I love my sister, but I'm an embarrassment to them.
So you don't feel accepted?
I never wanted to be accepted. I feel like I'm an embarrassment.
Well, if you think about Brandy, right? Brandy has like this very clean cut image. She was Brandy.
And you know, from like me and you could talk about certain things, just like me and you could talk about Three's Company and MASH. A lot of people can't do that. I think we're good. We'll be okay. There's certain things that I feel like we should all do as a family that her and my cousin might not agree upon, but you know, to each his own.
So do your kids, because she has a daughter, right? Older. Yeah. Do they ever?
My little niece is 21, 22. She comes and hangs out with Melody and Epic. My kids was over at Brandy's house 2 days ago, so Epic calls his auntie every day. He loves his auntie. So we was able to get on the phone through him. He was talking to her, and I seen her. I'm like, what's up? But other than that, we haven't talked. I got to do me, you know. It's like, you don't want me to be me. And I'm talking strictly about maybe my cousin, not Brandy. You want me to be something else, but I'm superseding everything y'all doing. How does that work? I don't know.
Who do you feel they want you to be?
Like a little more clean cut, not you're crazy. But that's what I feel like most people love about you. Like, I feel like that's part of your brand, is the fact that you're funny, outspoken. You're kind of like whatever.
Yeah, it's just tough because you only feel bad when your family has a problem. Your family is the only people that can get to you. Not the comments, not the people on the other side, but when your mom or your sister or your dad or your cousin start questioning like the algorithm, I just feel like it's not fair, and they're not intelligent enough to know what's going on in the digital world.
Right.
So shame on them.
Right. And you're tapping into something that they don't understand. Yeah, of course.
In the future.
Yeah.
Like, I'll never go broke.
Right.
I'll never have to do the dog and pony show. I love being on stage. But with the shit I know and the codes I know, we'll always be safe.
Right.
I can put 3 codes together and we're good. Forever.
So you know how to move with the times regardless of what age or
I just know digital.
Yeah.
You know, I know digital and I know survival.
Ray J loved his sister Brandy, but with her crashing out, mentioning his name, speaking on him, got everybody else speaking on him too, in a negative light. She talking about she got to distance herself from her brother when he the breadwinner in a family. It's a shame how Wanya Morris doing interviews speaking about his inappropriate relationship with Brandy as if it wasn't nothing and she was underage. He need to be sitting in jail right next to R. Kelly.
Brandy even said in her behind the music that you broke her heart because you fell in love with somebody else.
I mean, you only fall in love with somebody. You only fall out of love with somebody else if somebody makes you fall out of love. You know, so if that was the situation, if that's what she said, then
that's political. I like that.
I can't contest to her view about it. I can just only live by my view.
Revolt.
They were saying she was really young when y'all dated.
Yeah, she was. Not that young. Not
jailbait.
No, that's what I'm saying. Hold on, but you know that's why. But that's why I stopped it. Hold on, but that's why I stopped it and said that she wasn't that young, because I don't want y'all to think Boys II Men was young. No.
I was young too.
She said she was 15 and she had to keep it a secret because she was so young.
See, we did the thing. We did the thing when she was like 16, 17, around that time. You know.
So you were still a boy too.
I wasn't old. I wasn't like 38 years old, nothing like that. I was old enough to. She was old enough to get it.
Okay. But was it legal in the state y'all was in?
I mean, we was always in different states. We was on tour.
They had a nomad relationship.
You know what I'm saying? We just, we didn't do it in the states that it was legal. It was illegal in.
Nice.
Nice. Once again, I gotta let y'all know everything you heard in this video is allegations, speculations for entertainment purposes. I know that families have their ups and downs and men make mistakes or do things that they ain't even know they was doing. Eddie Murphy a good man. I'm trying to tell y'all, them rumors about him been sticking for a long time when all he was trying to do was be a good Samaritan. Ray J squeaky clean as far as I can tell because he let it be known what he into and what he likes. So ain't no play or no foul. But when it comes to Brandy and Wanya Morris, them two still got a whole lot of explaining to do. And the explaining that they done so far, it really ain't enough.
Should I just
Tell the story.
I'm going to tell the story. We like stuff like this, especially when people don't have any idea. Okay.
You jackass.
Okay, so check this out. Brandy and I were friends in the beginning. Her mother and reached out to me, as well as my manager reached out to Brandy because Brandy was a big fan of mine. And I was like, wow, that's amazing because this young lady was pretty cool. Now I was young at the time. I wasn't 30 nothing. You know what I'm saying? So don't get it twisted. Hold on one second. Can we keep it down? Because I can't hear. All right. So what happened is we actually, she became kind of like my little protege. You know what I mean? I'm actually the one that introduced her to Vita Spears and Ralph Fuqua. They came to us to actually do a TV show on the UPN network. And I said, well, Brandy's down the hallway and, she's basically, she was on the Thea show. Okay, cool. Introduced her to that. The show came to fruition. My mom and I wrote the theme song to the Brandy show. So Brandy and I were really, really close. Once she turned of age, we had been hanging around each other so much. We've been hanging around each other so much that there became to be some sort of connection, an intimate connection. We actually fell in love. Now, we were young. That's what happens. You're young and you fall in love. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you have the ability to be around somebody a lot, you begin to know things about them. You know what I mean? And they know things about you. Now, when you're young, you make decisions based on your youth. You know what I'm saying? You don't make decisions, moral decisions that put you in a whole position where you know that this is what's going to be for the rest of your life. You're learning through everything. And Brandy and I learned through a lot. When it came time for Brandy to go on her prom, she was my girlfriend. Kobe Bryant was graduating from high school that year. Brandy was my girlfriend. She had just graduated from Pepperdine, and her mom and I, we both made it so that Brandy was able to go on tour. I mean, on the prom with Kobe Bryant. Okay, when it came time for Brandy to introduce herself to the world, I'm the one that actually put her on the Boys to Men tour. Okay, so she was with me. She was my friend, and we became intimate in a relationship. There's no lie going on here. You can ask Brandy. She will tell you the same story. Relax on what you think because I know, because I lived it, and so did Brandy. As time progressed, we grew out of each other. Yes, it was a hurtful thing. It was a hurtful thing to break up. That's what happens. You're in a relationship and then you break up. She grew out of me and I grew out of her. Might have grown out of her a little bit faster, but it's a relationship. You're young and you make decisions. Next thing you know, that's what it is. Brandy's successful, Boys to Men is successful, and we're happy. You know what I'm saying? This is what it is. We are happy. So whoever is there saying, all kinds of crazy stuff like they know, you know what I mean? Regardless of anything, my age, her mother was definitely, a part of our relationship. Her mother and father was a part of our relationship. They allowed me to guide Brandy and to help her through her career. They understood that we had grown close, and that's what it was. You know what I'm saying? So understand that for a fact, whoever it is on there, that life happens. That's just what it is. So now you have your answer and you have your understanding. If you care to listen, you care to believe it, I don't care. I know the truth, and everybody else does too. All right. So now let's move on to the next contestant.
All I can say is weird, weird, weird. I don't like it. Brandy, leave Ray J name out your mouth. I know that's your brother, but when you speak about this man, all different types of rumors, allegations, speculations start coming out the woodworks. Now people mentioning Eddie Murphy and his nonsense, speaking on Johnny Gill sweating in the pool house at Eddie Murphy house. I don't like none of this stuff. Quit speaking on Ray J, because you know that he caused a whole lot of controversy. Let me know how y'all feel about this in the comment section, man. I got so much love for y'all. And one more thing before I go.
Subscribe to my channel if that's what you want, but if that's not what you like, then you must be a punk. Hold on now, here we go. Who is this girl? She got that junk in her trunk. Baby girl, back it up, poke out your rump. It's S.A.T. that you want, and my music